Yes, sir. My tricker. Back up in this thing, man. Today, we got some brand new oddities to unpack, man. Today, I'm reacting to some creepy videos that'll rattle you to your core. But before we hop into that, man, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can run the numbers up on the algorithm. And you ain't even got to think about it later. And I know it's been a while, but I've been working on something very special for the community, so please stay tuned for that, man. But with that being said, guys, let's hop straight into the video.
Alright, Drac fans, what's your excuse to this one? Listen to what he says in his new song with Travis Scott.
The truth is you're scared of the six. Yeah, you're scared of the six. Yeah, you're scared of the six.
For all you saying that 6 stands for Canada, why the heck would we be scared of Canada? And why is he saying it 3 times, saying we're scared of 666? Which is clearly the devil's number. He also calls himself the Six God, and he has a song named the Six God where there's hands praying to the six. So he calls himself the Canada God and he prays to Canada? Or Six God as in the devil and he's praying to the devil? About his Summer 16 album, it's a 6 with the eye in the middle. Isn't that the sign of... Never mind, I'm the one reaching.
If we run down the list real quick, he has a song called Six God, Six Man, You and the Six. One of his albums is titled Views from the Six, and one of his most famous lines ever is running through the six with my woes. I mean, I'm not surprised by this at all. The scientists at Heart must have been trying to get their bonus this week. They didn't let up on the Southern Hemisphere.
Did you see the little one that was coming down? Right here, it's still coming down. You know, that meteor wasn't... It was going too sideways for far too long to be a meteor. It just kind of disappeared.
This is the big story no one knows.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Check this out. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. What the? Fucking flipping out, dude.
It always seems like there's an influx of UFO activity right before a natural disaster, but to me, these kind of like a holographic projection of some sort, man. Let me know what y'all think.
Careful, lucky. Big prize. Oh, listen to Gary.
Wait till Willie sees this video.
Look at him. Yeah, wait until his tail. Wait until his tail just goes boom.
Yeah.
Got your boss job. He's going the next one now.
Oh, look,
Watch
his tail's
tail.
gonna go.
Ready?
His tail's gonna go
Ready,
kaboom.
steady.
Go. Wait.
Oh
Now.
my god, look at it.
Now.
Ready?
Oh,
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 it's
wow.
got muscle.
it's got bone.
Oh, see, I would have thought that would have
Yeah,
dropped.
same.
Oh, look at him.
It's all one business.
Hey? He's quite beautiful, isn't he?
No.
This is just another day in Australia because mom was talking about how beautiful it looked and dad was more concerned about the quiche going cold, bro, not me.
Nor the one from Chick-fil-A. Go look on the website. On the Popeye's chicken website, there are 40 ingredients in that chicken sandwich. And out of the 40 ingredients in the Popeye's chicken sandwich, 33 of them are man-made chemicals. Go and look on the Chick-fil-A website. There's 55 ingredients in their chicken sandwich. And 35 of them are man-made chemicals. You not eating no chicken sandwich. You eating a chemical sandwich.
55 ingredients in a chicken sandwich. It's starting to sound like We Clown Tyrone is based on a true story. I gotta admit, those drone shots are very cinematic, but they could send a little help.
Did you know the CIA staged alien abductions around the world for psychological warfare? They did this in 2 major countries such as Brazil and Argentina. And what's crazy is they literally dressed agents up like aliens and flew crafts around that were designed to look like UFOs. This was all proven from CIA documents released from a FOIA request. And it has radical implications on the UFO community. For example, the alien attack that happened to the Peru village could have potentially been CIA involvement. And what's crazy is the attacks happened at the same time US military had training only a few hours away. Maybe the incidents are tied together, or maybe they're not. My point is the CIA is muddying the waters and it's unacceptable. Let's see what Dr. Greer has to say about this.
Aside from being a crime in any jurisdiction anywhere on the planet, and a crime against humanity, it's creating this false flag psychology, the preparation. Because people are brainwashed thinking the aliens are mutilating and the aliens are abducting us. They have no need to do that.
The feds are just bored now, bro. This is a waste of tax money.
Wow. So they saying then? That's dope.
Look at the video of it. This nuts.
That's perfect. Holy dude, that red was super red.
It's like in a circle, you see it?
For a second, it looked like there was a well-defined circular object in the clouds, but that could just be due to the camera. I'm more concerned about the rapid fire lightning. I've never seen that before 2023. Can anybody please tell me if that's normal?
Well, that's the key there, the water. So you're near water, and that's interesting. But what I found surprising is water is something that may actually be able to be transformed into fuel.
Yeah, so you can drink water, but if you separate the hydrogen and the oxygen, H2O, and bring them back together, it is rocket fuel. And you know what the exhaust is? Water. So it's pretty clean rocket fuel, and that's the main engine of the space shuttle. That big orange tank they used, that's hydrogen and oxygen being merged together to create the thrust to put that puppy into orbit.
Wow.
So you telling me rockets are powered by water, but cars still run on petroleum? Something is not adding up.
I got this apple in 2021, no mold.
Do y'all see this? Don't eat this. This is not, bro. This, you feel me? I've never in my life seen an apple last this long. This is crazy. You want to see 9s at the beginning. If it has a 4, stay the away from it. I've seen some fruit before. I've never seen a piece of fruit last this long. Actually, this is crazy.
You'd be better off eating one of those plastic decoration apples.
An Instagram account captured what appears to be Till Lindemann from Ramstein shape-shifting his eyes into a reptilian form. I first saw this in Contacto RV1. This is the video. So in this video, you can actually see him, you can see normal eyes, and then here you go, right? So I thought that this could be fake, I mean like not from the original video. So I went over to the original video in the concert in Paris 2017. Indeed, you can find this in 30 minutes and 22 seconds. Well, I'm gonna play the original video and you guys tell me what you think. Let's take a look at the original video. Right now. So pay attention, you got his eyes pretty normal, right? And then, boom, what the heck? I'm gonna zoom in and replay the video. Pay very close attention. What is going on here, guys? Look at that. Oh my gosh. I wanna know your thoughts. Is this the real deal or is it maybe fake? CGI? You tell me.
His eyes only shifted for about a half a second, and you can only see it if you actually pause the video. So I doubt that they would waste time using CGI for that, bro. This might be real. I have no idea what's in that second clip, but the little crocodile kind of looked like Big Neck Ed.
Do you remember the FEMA coffin stories that Jesse Ventura came talking about? So I grew up just down the road from this location, but check this out. Look how many are missing now. And this was updated on 2020. And if I drop the man and turn it around, there's even more than that are gone. Again, that's January 2023. Check this out. So much getting ready to be shipped in January 2023. By the way, that shipping area lines up with the train tracks, and then they can take it out. And now you can go to their website and see that it is for adult burial vaults. Also, that's a new one. Now, the place used to be called Vantage. Now it's something different. But there's a review that was left 3 years ago that talks about that right there, ID 2020. But now its name's different. Is that a coincidence? You tell me, where did these missing spots? Why so many of them removed? Why so many out by the road removed? Where were they taken to? Why was their shipping stuff going down the railroad tracks to be taken? It's almost like they needed them for a lot. Take care.
At the rate that we going right now, I got a feeling if he does a part 2 follow up to this video in December, that whole lot gonna be empty.
Alright, Chipotle. Y'all better count your days. Ugh. I'm about to puke.
I always thought Chipotle was one of the better options, but I'm good on the Margarito.
This is the deepest man-made hole on Earth, and there are some disturbing claims about what they found while digging. After drilling for 19 years, they reached a depth of 7.5 miles, and this is where the rumors started spreading. The legend goes that they lowered a microphone all the way down this hole and captured this audio. A lot of people believed this at the time, and it even inspired a horror movie. Regardless, there ended up being 0 records indicating that this was true. But there are still some who are convinced that this man-made hole cracked open the depths of hell.
I wouldn't drill down another centimeter if I heard that sound, bro. I hope they filled it back immediately.
You're not gonna believe this, as the entire East Coast is being attacked by bugs. People were terrified, calling this a sign of the apocalypse after the entire East Coast is being infested with dangerous bugs, and they're spreading fast. If you do see them, your area might already be infested. They're known to cling onto vehicles and shipping containers and then repopulate rapidly in another place. They excrete a sugary substance that makes objects and plants literally rot. These bugs are known to cause diseases to plants, meaning if these bugs spread, we could soon have no more fruits and veggies, and even a complete die out of trees. People have found them all over plants, office buildings, parks, and on people's bodies. Officials are now advising people to not touch them, as many could have severe allergic reactions from the bugs. Known as lanternflies, fortunately they're not very smart, and they're not typically poisonous to humans, but extremely poisonous to the ecosystem. It's advised to try to get rid of them when you see them, as they are very invasive species.
I'm about to strap the gallon jug of Ortho to my back like a Ghostbuster before I leave the house, bro. I'm not playing with these plagues. This is exactly how I imagine it would be flying through the Bermuda Triangle, bro. You gotta have guts to be a pilot.
When you operate on someone's brain, you never expect to encounter something living.
What started as abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, night sweats turned into a 16-month medical ordeal for a 64-year-old woman in New South Wales, Australia.
The cause of those symptoms turned out to be an 8-centimetre roundworm living in her brain.
This specific one.
Doctors believe that the infection likely came from python feces.
In humans, there are parasites that can get into the brain. Something this large, 8 centimeters, and wriggling around was certainly something we'll never forget. We treated her and she went back to the community, went back to her home, and she's been there ever since.
I'm pretty sure they just said that this is found in python feces, so I'm curious about the events that led up to it getting lodged in her brain.
Last week I appointed Bob Fenton, one of the nation's leading emergency managers, and I mean that's not hyperbole, who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted as our Chief Federal Response Coordinator to lead our long-term recovery on Maui. Who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted. Who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted.
Either he has incredible intuition or he went to go see the Oracle, because how would he know to send people before the event even took place?
Has Morgan Freeman actually been Jimi Hendrix all along? This theory says yes. Alright, this theory goes really deep, so please try to keep up. So this conspiracy theory suggests that Jimi Hendrix was actually tired of living the life he was living and he wanted to make a change. With the help of many of his friends and even people in higher power, Jimi Hendrix found somebody who was willing to make the replacement, and his name was Morgan Freeman. The theory goes that Jimi Hendrix and Morgan Freeman met each other after their time in the military. That's right, Jimi Hendrix was in the military. And so was Morgan Freeman. And after their time in the military, they both met up with each other, started reminiscing, and became really, really good friends. After Jimi Hendrix got super famous and hated the life he was living, he reached out to Morgan Freeman for help. The theory goes that Morgan Freeman agreed, and they made the switch. So, after Jimi Hendrix in 1970, Jimi Hendrix moved to LA and made the official switch with Morgan Freeman. And in 1971, Jimi Hendrix, who is now Morgan Freeman, made his debut on the show, The Electric Company. And the original Morgan Freeman changed his name, assumed a new identity, and moved very far away. Now I know what you're thinking. This theory is outrageous and you still don't believe it, but there's some more evidence, so keep watching. Obviously, let's start at the fact that they look almost exactly alike. Another photo, take a look, and another one. And somebody even took the time to map out their facial structures just so there was no questions asked.
I'll say that this one is a reach, because once the original Morgan Freeman saw how famous he was, I'm pretty sure he would come out the woodworks to claim what's rightfully his. Plus, Jimi Hendrix was like one of the most famous musicians at the time, so why would he give that up?
Pero que no estaba tirando ahí porque... ¿Qué estará echando ahí? ¿Cualquier líquido está echando ahí? No. La señal que hay es el punto, ahí. La señal que hay en el programa Federico.
The all-black unmarked helicopter is suspicious, and this is the middle of the day. They're not even trying to be covert no more.
Lil Wayne exposing the script for the upcoming 2023 NFL season.
I like that. We goody. Wheezy, here's the script to the 104th season of the NFL. Keep confidential. Your part is on page 9, scene 29, line 23. By the way, we just pre-ordered your new single, Cat Food, and can't wait for more. See you at the game. NFL. Okay, this is scene 29, line 23. Okay. I like that. Wait 1 minute. I like that. We goody.
I love Wheezy, but the sweatshirt tells us everything we need to know, and I know he's a Packers fan, so that's even more unfortunate.
Storm's coming in. That's all rain out there and lightning, and this parasailer's stuck. It's so windy they can't reel him in. Oh, dude, if it snaps, look, dude, he's got to be scared of. See everybody panicking, trying to help. Damn, he's going. Oh, shit. Holy. Oh my God. my god! Hey! Dude!
I mean, if we're looking for any positives, I guess it's good he had on a parachute.
What if I told you that life does actually get shorter when you age? This is insane, will flipping blow your mind, oh my days. When you grow up, it feels like time gets so much faster, doesn't it? And that's all thanks to this right here. So we actually experience 70% of our lives by the time we're 21, which is mental. 50% by just the age of 5. You're probably thinking, when you're 5 years old, why doesn't it feel like you've lived, you know, half your flipping life? You don't start building stable memories until you're about 5 years old, so the years before that are just wiped off, basically. As we age, each year becomes a smaller percentage of, you know, how long you've actually lived. For example, when you're 50, you know, that year is just 2% of your entire life. But when you're about 10, 2% of your life would have been about 2 or 3 months. So 3 months to a 10-year-old actually feels the same as a whole year to a 50-year-old. It's true when people say they get to, you know, 20 or 30, life just starts flashing by. Think of your brain as a storage device. It only has a certain amount of storage and it has to pick out the memories it wants to keep and the ones it wants to throw out. You get older, it picks the ones it wants to and the time just flies by.
I think an additional factor to that is that as you get older, you get more ingrained into the rat race. You got more responsibilities. You at work 40 hours a week, so days just start blurring together.
Come here right now, Paul. Come here right now. Paul, right now. What is that? What is that? What is that?
Just looking at the size and altitude, I would say that these are drones, man. Let me know what you guys think these are.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator. Benny.
Okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
This is the second time in 8 weeks. It might just be time for Big Bro to hang up the sticks and retire.
We are actually living in 1726. In 1991, a German historian by the name of Hermann Illig proposed a theory called phantom time hypothesis, suggesting that the years 814 through 911 AD never happened. Well, you see, Illig claimed that these years were actually made up by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII by altering documentation and converting the Gregorian calendar in order to fast forward time to the sacred year 1000 AD, as Otto's ruling that starts on the millennial year 1000 AD would sound much better and be more legitimate. This theory is further backed up, as while there are written documents, there seem to be a lot of missing artifacts from those 297 years. Looking at the example of how Tartaria was written out of existence, it seems like it really wouldn't be that hard for the elites of the world to rewrite history.
Let's not forget that calendars are man-made anyway, so it's pretty easy to just change dates around to fit any narrative.
I had a conversation with Future one time in the studio, and he said something that I will never forget. And he laughed while he said it. He was like, yeah, you know, people be thinking I do people be thinking I'm really doing a lot of drugs. I rap about it all the time. But they don't even be knowing I'm a lightweight. I said, in my head. Because there are a lot of people that are huge Future fans, for instance. And that's how they're going to feel closer to him, because they're doing what they're hearing him rap about. Not knowing that he ain't
on it like that.
Not like that, no. If they like your music, they're listening to it over and over and over. It's programming. And they might try some of those things they hear you talk about.
Out of all of the rappers, Future is like the last on the list for good role models. This is the same man that says mixing Molly's and Parkies is a good idea.
In case anybody's wondering what I'm doing tonight, that is a hole in my ceiling where the wasps have come in from the outside and infiltrated my house. Now I made the mistake of trying to use my vacuum to suck up one of those out of the hole, which made the hole larger. And now my vacuum is full of wasps, but they're still alive and they won't die. And I don't know what the hell to do about it.
Throw the whole vacuum cleaner out and move. That's what you should do about it.
Let's travel back to the early 20th century. An archaeologist named Mr. G.E. Kincaid from the Smithsonian Institution embarked on a journey that would lead him to an astonishing discovery. Setting off from Green River, Utah, Kincaid and his companion embarked on an expedition down the Colorado River, documenting the unexplored terrain. It was on April 5, 1909, that the Arizona Gazette published an extraordinary article that spoke of Kincaid's findings, a lost subterranean Egyptian city buried within the Grand Canyon. Yet, after this revelation, the story vanished into thin air, leaving us to wonder why. For more than 8 years, Kincaid dedicated his life to investigating this hidden city. The Smithsonian supported his quest, and he meticulously pieced together information that challenged conventional history. He described finding several passages branching out across these caves, leading to hundreds of chambers deep within the earth. These chambers held astonishing artifacts, including objects as hard as steel and tools that showcased a level of craftsmanship unparalleled by the era's standards. Kincaid's findings hinted at a civilization of Oriental origin, raising questions about a possible connection between Asia and the Grand Canyon. The mystery deepened as hieroglyphic tablets were discovered, suggesting ties to Egypt and the American Southwest. The Smithsonian's efforts led to extensive research, revealing vast chambers adorned with intricate artwork and even mummies preserved for centuries. However, this research was swiftly terminated, as access to this underground marvel was on government land.
If this is true, then it would make sense why so much of the Grand Canyon is closed to the public. It would completely destroy our understanding of history, but it seems like North America has been a cultural melting pot since long before Columbus got here.
What's up? Bro, what are you?
I'm guessing this is some type of caterpillar, but I do not remember them having hamster fur like that.
So you check this out from the NOAA perspective. I'm going to hide that, and I want you to see 365-day, 1,626 flights, but just look at the concentration. This is all NOAA, okay? And we're just going to let that marinate for a minute as you look at all the activity. Look at those slots back and forth over the water, over that entire area, just covered up. That's a year's worth of flights by NOAA, the science people. Now, see those little spins and the little turns? Yeah. Telling you, I actually have some cloud cover that some screen captures of them doing that spiral mode that they did right here, where you see these little circles, the little pigtails. All right. That is one of their deployment methods, I guess, for putting that spray out. When you get up here, you're getting close to HARP, so we always pay attention to this, all right? But kick it up on the side, you can see all the different altitudes and everything that's tied to it. Again, this is NOAA. These are the science guys, and these are the folks that are tied very heavily to cloud seeding and chemtrails.
Looking at the diagram, it looked like somebody just took a box of crayons and just started scribbling all over California, bro. That's probably why the weather been so extreme. If that was me, I would have to have a conversation with my friend who saw me get abducted and just ran away like that, bro. Where's the loyalty? But with that being said, guys, that was the video. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. Let me know what you guys thought about these creepy videos in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of yourself.